my top 3 tips when it comes to storing canned food when you're prepping or you're just stacking up in case of an emergency. Everyone knows what happened in 2020, so it's always a good idea to have a good supply of canned food in your house, long shelf life. So my number 1 tip when you're stacking is definitely watch what type of food that you're actually storing. You don't want anything acidic, so tomato sauce based foods like beans and stuff like that, and tomato soups, meatballs with tomato sauce, anything with an acidic sauce, you want to avoid if you're looking at long-term storage. If you're going to rotate, fair enough, buy whatever you want, but if you want to stack some cans away and you might not have the money to constantly keep buying and rotating, then it's a really good idea to avoid acidic foods because they fatigue the can. They haven't got such a good shelf life as other canned food. I mean, like canned meat, etc., can last for decades if it's stored in an ideal condition. So that's my number 1 tip. The type of food is very important. Number 2, storage area. What you really need to think about when you're storing your food is where you're keeping it. You want somewhere where you can maintain a steady, constant, cool temperature. So you wouldn't want to go putting your cans in a loft space where the sun can heat the roof up and heat the loft space up, and then it'll drop away at night time when the sun goes down, and that'll really affect the shelf life of your food with the constant up and down in temperature. So cupboards where it's cool and dark, lower humidity would be ideal. So yeah, really think about where you're storing your food. Don't go putting it in a damp, wet garage or shed, leaky shed, where the damp and condensation is going to form and start causing rust issues. So you really want to protect your cans because they're your backup, they're your lifeline. So think about where you're storing them. So number 3, this is my absolute golden nugget of a tip that anyone who's stacking away prepping cans should be doing. So in transport and transit, cans get bashed around. The main area when they're stacked and can get damaged is the top and the bottom of the can, and what happens is the coating on the steel gets damaged, and then if the can's exposed to moisture and damp, humid environment, it will then start to rust, and if it rusts, then it can potentially rust through the can, spoil what's inside. Complete waste of time prepping and stacking your cans away. Not everyone's got the luxury to rotate the cans. They might be on a really tight budget and they're just trying to put stuff away as long term as possible. So an ideal thing to do is just get yourself a cheap pot of petroleum jelly, and then you just want to give the cans a coating of petroleum jelly, just Vaseline. On the top and the bottom you can use a cotton bud and just work it right into all the rim and the nooks and crannies on the can. Just coat all the metal surface, top and bottom, and doing this, it will give you an extra barrier against moisture and stop the rust forming and destroying your precious preps. So yeah, that's my 3rd tip. Hope this video is helpful, and if you like what you see, please check out the other videos on my channel and give it a like and a subscribe. Thanks very much.